Hello friends! This is a practice that is tailored to finding some self-compassion while we do fun balancing poses. All you're going to need is a block if you have one. If you don't have one, don't worry. There's surely a way you can adapt this pose to do it without a block. Maybe you have a high book or something you can stack. First, arrive on the mat. We're going to get started standing here. Maybe lift your toes, spread them and then plant them on the ground. Roll your shoulders back and down. Spread your fingertips wide and shine your palms forward. Mountain pose. Breathe here. Deep, luxurious breaths into your belly and all the way out. And then step your feet wide, facing the long edge of your mat. Dial your toes outwards so they are pointing towards the corners of your mat. Bring your arms out into a goal post and sink your hips down. You want to make sure that your elbows are in line with your shoulders. And then maybe bring a smile to your lips. Hang out in goddess pose. This is a little bit of a workout for the thighs. Bring your hands to your knees and then drop your right shoulder in between your legs. Come back up and then on an exhale, drop the left shoulder. Bit of a stretch through the back. And again, exhale, drop the right shoulder. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, drop the left shoulder. Inhale, come up. And then bring everything out wide into a star pose. Extending the arms wide. Maybe imagining you're surrendering to the universe. You're hugging the world. Whatever you want to do here. Maybe look up. And then bring your arms wide. And bring your left arm to your upper back. Your right arm out to the side. Dial your thumbs down and bring it behind your back. You might stay here. Your hands touching or not touching. And just stand here. Star pose with archer arms. Make sure you tuck the ribs in. Sometimes we have a tendency to kind of flay them open when we have archer arms going on. Bring your arms wide again. And this time bend into the other arm. And then extend your arm to the side, dial the thumb down, bring it behind your back and see if you can interlace your fingers. If not, just bring both hands to your back wherever they land. It doesn't matter where exactly your hands are. It's more important that you feel connected to your body. Just check in where you're at today. Are your ribs flailing? Tuck them in. And then bring your arms out wide again. And almost as if you're playing an air guitar, swing them both forwards, coming into your high lunge, bending into the front knee. Your left knee should be at the front, right knee back. The heel is off the floor for the back foot. And then you want to lift the front heel off the ground, strengthening your ankle. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up. And then step forward to the top of the mat. And on an inhale, extend your arms up and step the other foot back. So the left foot this time. Bring your hands to your hips. Make sure they're square to the front of the mat. And then on an inhale, lift that heel off the ground, the front heel. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. From here, paint a wall in front of you with your palms, step back, and then lower your knees. From here, we can take some nice hip circles if that feels good for you. Or maybe you want to do cat-cow. It doesn't matter. Choose a filler that makes your body feel yummy. Keep doing those circles. And then when you're ready, bring your palms underneath your shoulders. Step your Right foot back, keeping your left leg bent. And then almost as if you are pulling the string back from a bow, bring your arm up towards the sky. Maybe lift the leg that is extended long. Make sure it's in line with your hips. The foot is in line with your hips. Maybe look up to that top hand. Floating table. And then planting that foot down, only to lift it back up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale. Bring everything back down. Come back through your tabletop pose. Maybe shift your hips side to side and then step the other foot back. So this time we want to do the left foot that goes back and plant that foot on the ground. Bring your left arm up towards the sky. Maybe look up. Maybe lift the left leg off the ground. Foot is in line with your hips. Wobbling is okay. See if you can bring some self-compassion to your wobbling muscles, your wobbling body. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up one more time and exhale. Bring that foot back down. Plant all your four corners on the mat again. And then from here, we're going to do some cat-cow. So inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round through your back. Let the head hang. Inhale, lift the head, drop the belly. Exhale, round through your cat. Keep doing this at your own pace, coupling this movement with your own breath. And then tuck your toes under and just float your knees off a teeny weeny bit off the ground, keeping your core nice and stable, your back nice and straight, length through the spine, and bringing those knees back down. And then you can move back into a child's pose if that feels good for you. Resting here. If child's pose does not feel good for your body, you're welcome to just lay all the way down onto your belly, stacking your palms and placing your forehead on your hands. Take some rest before we move to the next pose. Come back up on an inhale, and then come back to your table pose, stepping your right foot in between your palms. Left foot is pointed greatly forward, slightly behind the right front foot. Warrior 1, lift up with your upper body. On an exhale, see if you can tilt this whole thing forward into a warrior 3, floating the back leg off the ground, keeping a slight bend in your bottom leg, maybe floating the arms off to the side. And coach yourself through this. If it's hard and you're wobbling, tell yourself how good you're doing and that it doesn't matter if it's perfect. It's more about practicing than performing perfectly. And then bring your hands to the ground. Keep your hips level and lift your leg up, and then bring everything down to the ground. Forward fold. Maybe sway side to side. Shake your head, yes and no. And then bring your palms down onto the ground. Step the right foot back this time. Toes are pointed greatly forward, feet on separate tracks. Lift up through the upper body and your hands up towards the sky. Warrior 1. And then on an exhale, see if you can tilt this whole thing forwards into your warrior 3. Hips are level. Gaze onto the ground. Arms can come out to the side if that feels good. Or out in front of you. Keep breathing. And then on your exhale, lower your palms to the ground. Keep that leg lifted for half splits. And then bring everything down. Fold forward. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, halfway lift, nice long spine. Hanging out here for a few seconds. And then grabbing your block, bring it to the front of your mat. Make sure that it is about a torso's width away from your feet. Then plant your left hand on the block and lift your right leg off the ground, keeping your right hand on your hips. We're going to dial those hips open towards the side of your mat. Maybe lifting that arm up, half moon. Tricky pose. Wah, even I fall out of it. That's okay. Just laugh. Try to have fun with this. It's about practicing. It's about enjoying life. You're not rushing anywhere. Where else would you be right now? Bring the hand back down to the hip if that gives you more stability. And then lower everything down. Switch hands. Bring your right hand on the block. Left leg lifts up and back. Left hand on your hip. And then dial that hip open towards the side. Maybe you have to shift where your block is on the mat. Just make sure it works for your body. And then lift that arm, the top arm up if you can. Maybe look up, only if it feels right for your neck. Half moon. A beautiful pose, I think. Bring everything back down, block and go out to the front. Come back into your forward fold. Plant your palms on the ground. Step your feet back and then lift those hips up towards the sky. Nice long back. Shrug your shoulders down. Spiral the insides of your elbows forward. Keeping a bend in your legs. And then on an inhale, look up in between your hands and slowly tiptoe walk all the way to your hands. From here, step your feet as wide as the mat, toes dialed outwards. I'm going to face you so you can see what we're doing here. And then sink down into your malasana. For some people, this might be wonderful without a block. For others, it can be really helpful to have a block to sit on, just for some stability. This is a lot for the hips. Don't feel like you have to have your hands in front of your heart. You can also bring your hands on the ground. Whatever feels best for you here. Then walk your hands forward. Straighten through your legs and then bend back into them on an exhale. Bring the hands back to the heart. Breathe here. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, lift your seat. Exhale, plant your bum back on the block. Breathe here. Malasana, yogi squat. From here, bring your arms up towards the sky and see if you can just lift yourself off the block without using your hands on the ground. Plant the block, bring it to the front of the mat again so you have some space, and then bend through your right leg, lots of 90-degree angles at your hip, at your knee, and then bring that right ankle over your left knee and sit back. Standing pigeon pose. Another challenging one. You can bring your hands by your heart, or you can put them on the ground and do more of a folded version of this. Choose what serves you here. You choose. Come back into your marchers and then lower your legs. Shake it out. Shaking's really good for the nervous system. From here, lift your left leg up. Bend at the knee. Bend at the ankle. And then bring the left ankle over the right knee, hinging at your hips. So you take a seat on an invisible chair, bringing your palms in front of your heart. Or perhaps you want to bring those hands or fingertips down on the ground for a more folded version of this figure 4 shape, of the standing pigeon. And then come back through your marchers. And lower both feet on the ground. Shake it out again. Oof, that feels good. Well done. We did so many balancing poses already. We're going to do one last one. Bring the right sole of your foot to the inside of your left calf. And either sweep the arms out wide to a T. See how that feels on your balance? Or you can bring them up a little more. If you need more, you can look up. And if you want to catch something good from the universe, bring your hands together, but open the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pointer finger up. So you have a little cup shape there, a lotus mudra. Lower your foot on the ground, shake it out again. We're going to do this on the other side. Left sole of the foot is on the right calf, arms out wide, maybe up towards the sky, maybe close your eyes. Little lotus mudra in front of the heart if you want to catch something good. And then lower everything down. Thank you for practicing with me. Well done. Bringing some kindness to yourself. Have a lovely day.